Came to Vaid sir.
Vaid sir.
Vaid sir.
Vaid sir.
Vaids sir.
Vaid sir.
Vaids ICS Delhi.
For preparation, we need two things. One is content, the other one is approach. Content is available in plenty, everywhere. And you have teachers, I won't call them coach, who claim that whatever they do in the class, that is enough. Even after 40 years of coaching, I cannot claim that. UPSC is not your slave. Content is telling you the content is not coaching. Approach is the coaching. And I do not know how many of the coaches, they give you the approach. So in mains, the syllabus is well defined and you have to prepare accordingly. And it's not important only knowing the questions and their answers. It is how to present them. Nobody tells you how to introduce the questions and how to conclude the questions. And without that, I don't think any question can be of any use.
एंथ्रोपोलॉजी की कोचिंग मैंने वैद सर से ली थी, जो कि मतलब उनके जो रोल रहा गाइडेंस का, वो मेरे लिए बहुत, मैं उसको पिवटल मानता हूँ अपनी सक्सेस में।
I used to share a lot of articles on WhatsApp group पे जो भी करंट अफेयर्स के आर्टिकल्स हैं, जो भी रिसर्च के आर्टिकल्स हैं, सर यूज्ड टू शेयर. सो व्हाट इट मेड द डिफरेंस कि सबको आई थिंक एवरीवन इज थॉरो विद द सिलेबस, उनको पता होता है कि कहाँ से पढ़ना है. बट वैल्यू एडिशन नो, देयर इज अ डिफरेंस व्हेन यू सी माय आंसर्स एंड कंपेयर माय आंसर्स विद द अदर पीपल, कि उसमें जो वैल्यू एडिशन वाली चीजें हैं, दैट कम्स फ्रॉम व्हाटएवर सर वाज शेयरिंग इन व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप.
Came to Vaid sir.
Vaid sir.
Vaid sir.
Vaids sir.
Vaid sir.
Vaids ICS Delhi.
For preparation, we need two things. One is content, the other one is approach. Content is available in plenty, everywhere. And you have teachers, I won't call them coach, who claim that whatever they do in the class, that is enough. Even after 40 years of coaching, I cannot claim that. UPSC is not your slave. Content is telling you the content is not coaching. Approach is the coaching. And I do not know how many of the coaches, they give you the approach. So in mains, the syllabus is well defined and you have to prepare accordingly. And it's not important only knowing the questions and their answers. It is how to present them. Nobody tells you how to introduce the questions and how to conclude the questions. And without that, I don't think any question can be of any use.
एंथ्रोपोलॉजी की कोचिंग मैंने वैद सर से ली थी, जो कि मतलब उनके जो रोल रहा गाइडेंस का, वो मेरे लिए बहुत, मैं उसको पिविटल मानता हूँ अपनी सक्सेस में।
I used to share a lot of articles on WhatsApp group पे जो भी current affairs के articles हैं, जो भी research के articles हैं, sir used to share. So what it made a difference कि सबको I think everyone is thorough with the syllabus, उनको पता होता है कि कहाँ से पढ़ना है. But value addition, no, there is a difference when you see my answers and compare my answers with the other people. कि उसमें जो value addition वाली चीजें हैं, that comes from whatever sir was sharing in WhatsApp group.
ऑनलाइन तो ऑन किया नहीं। हाँ चलो, गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीबॉडी। हाउ टू स्टार्ट SRK 2% in one phone number, डबल SRK कैसे शुरू करें बताओ, अपना बैकग्राउंड बताओ। अच्छा, कहाँ से? कहाँ से? You know, starting is very tough. I ask people how to start, but nobody points out. कहाँ से शुरू करें बताओ, कुंभ से शुरू करें? How many people are visiting there? कुंभ means what? कुंभ नहीं पता? Oh sorry, it's a pot, घड़ा. You know the history behind that? Huh? But if you were to face interview today, they would definitely be asking you. सागर मंथन पता है? तो उसमें एक घड़ा निकला था. So it was Vishnu's choice that it should be given to देवताज only. लेकिन एक राक्षस उठा के ले गया उसको, तो उन्होंने जो है अपने चक्कर से दोनों को काट दिया, वो राहु केतु बन गए. वो क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग ऑनलाइन बच्चों?
Yes, sir.
From where to start?
Guys, those of you who have joined online, please switch on your cameras.
I wish you switch on your cameras, please. Pankaj, Sunny, Aditya, iPad. Who is this iPad? Juhi, Sunny. See, even if you have not taken bath, it makes no difference. In camera, you always look smart.
So my baby is there, so she was making noise. That's why.
No, but you are online, so you can do anything. Offline people should, they are very cautious about. Online people should not be.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay,
Sorry,
tell
sir.
me from where to start. Anybody?
Sir, from the syllabus, that's going to be very good point, sir, I think.
Wow. Everybody has the syllabus, you have the copy?
Yes, sir, I have. I pasted on my wall, sir. That's in front
No,
of me.
actually, we have also designed it as per your needs.
Yeah, yes, sir. But still, that's in the PDF form in my laptop, so
That is there.
yeah.
सबको
I will
अच्छा,
take that.
चलो. तो उससे पहले GS की बात नहीं करोगे?
Yes, sir. Let's.
Anthro is not running away anywhere.
Yeah.
Can you tell me which newspaper you read?
Me, sir, I'm reading
The
the Hindu.
The Hindu. Everybody speak out.
Hindu.
The Hindu, sir.
The
बहुत बढ़िया. Express. Okay, if I ask you, most of you, but this time the number is reduced. 3 days ago, the whole team of Hindu was here. Chief editor was there, chief marketing manager was there, then sub-editors were there. Actually, what has happened is that the market of Hindu has declined in recent years. But still, why you read Hindu? Anybody can tell me? I asked this question to them and they had no answer.
Sir, because as per me, sir, why I used to read the Hindu newspaper, if I like to tell you, sir, that's on the editorial page, sir.
Is
Some
it?
things, yeah, editorial, sir. I like
But
the analysis of the Hindu editorial.
what was there today in the editorial?
Sorry, sir.
What was important today?
Sir, today's newspaper still I didn't read, sir.
Let me tell you very clearly, there is no newspaper meant for UPSC.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And I tell people very clearly why you study. First thing is, advertisement is very cheap in Hindu. The ad that costs 1,000 rupees in Hindu, in Times of India it costs 48,500. So do you think institutes are fools to give ad there? And second thing is, let us say you make it to the final selection. People will be interviewing you. They'll ask you which newspaper you read. You will say the Hindu. So anybody who watches your interview will start reading Hindu. Any other reason? You say the editorial is great. Before starting this institute, after finishing my research, I was a journalist for 5 years. So I know the quality of newspapers better. Every day, the morning, I start with the Hindustan, Hindi, then Bharat Times, then I read Hindu, then Indian Express, then Morning Standard, then Times of India, then Business Standard, then Economic Times, then Statesman. I missed one or two other papers. Finally, Hindustan Times, Tribune, Morning Standard. So actually, we have Telegram, official Telegram is there, Vaids ICS official, and every day we put the currents which are relevant from mains point of view. Vaids ICS official is the name. And I don't think you need anything more than that for your current affairs for mains. And for prelims, we always advise that take any of the 3-4 monthlies which are there. Insights is there, Baba is there, any one of them regularly for a year. Hindu started copying Indian Express, that explained page that was there. So I asked them, they said people are not reading Hindu. I simply asked them, why should people read Hindu? And they had no answer. It has quality, it has credibility. I said that every paper will say.
Yes, sir.
The marketing manager was talking, the editor was silent. And market people, they are very adamant about. If you criticize them, they'll never accept it. The kind of background that you have, mostly technical or biological, I will advise that you read. You must be reading newspaper for 2 hours religiously. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Read only for 15 to 20 minutes for your satisfaction, and just to call out 2 or 3 or 4 words from the editorial that you can use in your language. Actually, it is a journalistic exam. You have only 2 things in language. One is vocabulary, other is grammar. And technical people, their grammar is atrocious, I would say. So on day 1 in the classes, I always advise the students that do 2 things. Firstly, whatever grammar book you studied in your 10th, buy it again and read it 10-15 times. Because the language which you are writing, bullets, that is not what is expected of you. It is a journalistic exam. The way people write in UPSC, you have to write that way. That is the first thing you should do. And second thing is, decide your speed limit. Mug up any 400, 500 words and write with your full speed. Because in the exam, 7 marks, 10 marker you have to write in 7 minutes, 11 markers you have to write in 15 marker you have to write in 11 minutes, and 20 marker in 15 minutes. So unless you have practice, you will never realize whether it is too vague or it is too lengthy or it is too brief. Like in general studies, what they do, They give you, they have test and then they give you model answer. A 10 marker, you are supposed to write about 150 words, they give you 300, 400 words. Is it a model answer? It is not. So that is why fooling you. So you have to practice yourself. So I have made a beginning. You ask me, syllabus will take up, but before that, your plans about general studies, you tell me. Anybody who has already appeared once, twice, thrice? Must be some of you. Even if you have done, I always advise my students that be ready for maximum 2 attempts. First attempt should be your best attempt. You already know that you need only 1 attempt to qualify. And then why not be your first attempt? And otherwise also, if you make it to the UPSC interview in the first attempt, some liberal marking takes place. I can't reveal the details to you, but it helps. So if you are targeting 26, actually this is the right time. If you further delay it, then you may miss. Because if you are trying for 26, we advise our students to finish mains preparation by 31st of January 26. When I say mains, it means all the 4 papers of general studies and both the papers of optional. At the best by 15 February. And if you cannot, you know what happens? Without mains preparation, you cannot qualify through the prelims. Even if you have been reading prelims for 2 years, I wonder if you can score 80 in prelims. It is through mains only that you can. And otherwise also, after prelims, they don't give you time for mains. So even if you qualify through the prelims, you are bound to fail. And if you fail, then there is a time for prelims preparation. Again you will qualify. Again you won't have time for mains. Ultimately, you will exhaust your attempts and then you will curse your luck. It's not a matter of luck, it's strategy. Strategy says, do not think about prelims without preparing mains. So once you have done your best, you have appeared. In first attempt, there can be some unforeseen errors. That may pull you down. So take another attempt. And if you have given your best, what else you can do? Means you are meant for better things in life. Fine? So when are you preparing? When are you appearing?
26.
No, even if you are appearing in 26, I told you, be ready with your writing skills. If you are adding 3 words to your vocabulary, you will be adding almost 1100 words in 1 year. And normally a person has about 14 to 15 words in their vocabulary in any language, unless the person is an expert. That's enough. And secondly, you got to decide your speed limit also. And what we do in the class, whatever you are expected to write, say in 20 marks, even if you have the best of the speed, you may be able to write about 350 words. So we give you 375 or 400. That's all. But even people cannot reduce content out of that also. Means you need a separate coaching for summary. What preparation you have for your general studies? History CR? चालू है. हिस्ट्री हो गया, ज्योग्राफी हो गया, बायो हो गया. Bio तो you are already in botany. Should I ask you a question in bio? Simple question. What is the difference between living and non-living? Most striking difference.
Living thing can move from one place to not other
Living
place.
beings can move from one place to other.
No, like some.
When tsunami moves, everybody else moves.
So may
Pardon?
can I tell you, sir? The difference between living and non-living.
He's asking me, he answered.
Samir, you want to answer what?
Yes, sir. The difference between living and non-living, sir.
Living and non-living.
Yeah. Sir, I think the difference is the metabolic reactions that take
Metabolism
place.
is only chemical action. I put
Not only
the hand and your hand will start burning.
not only the chemical reactions, sir, all other chemicals, all other reactions too, sir.
Everything. Biochemistry is full of chemical reactions only.
Living
Yes,
can
sir.
reproduce
By the way, sir, my
Yes.
background is technical, sir.
Listen to me. Stronger difference is reproduction. Living beings can produce their like, non-living cannot. Disagree? And what is the difference between plant and animal?
The cell wall and
Cell wall.
cell and plasma membrane present होते हैं.
You are talking about the basic structure. I am talking about straight away. You are animal. Outside is plant. What is the difference? You have water-borne plants that move. Autotroph and heterotroph. Plants produce their own food. Animals either live on plants or other animals. So such basic questions are there. If I ask slightly complex question, what is the color of RBC? So why should I ask if it is red?
Due to hemoglobin, iron.
It is hemoglobin and iron.
It is pale yellow. Any other topic, if you think you are good in general studies, let me ask you, please open out. Afrin?
Sir,
Afrin? Why don't you show your face?
Hello.
Open out.
Sir, I'm actually traveling in a train, so like I won't be able to because यहाँ पे बहुत crowd है.
तुम कहाँ पे हो?
मैं कर्नाटका से हूँ sir.
Because I had a student of this name from Kanpur in the last batch.
Okay sir.
So anything which you think you are confident about, even if you are starting today, let me tell you how you got to do. Whatever you study during the day, toppers will tell you 10 times revision, 50 times revision. I don't understand what for. Always remember, evaluate every day. Whatever you study objectively in general studies, convert into points, and then before you go to bed, you should have the satisfaction that yes, things have entered your head. Preparation should be such a way that in one night you can revise the whole paper. That is called revision. And otherwise also now 25 onwards, they have cut down on the time for mains. 1 month. So we have always been advising that before entering the thinking about prelims, be ready with the mains. And now that is a mantra you can say. You have to. So if you have nothing to ask, then let us start with Anthro then. But I wish you should have plethora of questions. आप लोग कहाँ से हैं?
I have not joined any coaching yet.
No, you won't join, but where are you from?
I'm from Haryana.
हरियाणा में कहाँ?
Bahadurgarh.
ये
Delhi
तो
NCR.
हरियाणा ही कोई.
It is Bahadurgarh. I'm from Bhagalpur. Bhagalpur, Bihar.
Bhagalpur, अच्छा. आप लोग where are you from? Which place?
From Sultanpur. जी. Bihar, Chhapra.
छपरा. छपरा को बिहार बोलेंगे? I think Bhojpur should be a separate isn't it? भोजपुरी आती है? आती है? Yes or no? Simple. Which is the oldest Hindi film song in Bhojpuri?
मैं नहीं देखती भोजपुरी फिल्म सॉन्ग।
मैं भी नहीं देखता, पर वो इंटरव्यू में पूछेंगे तो क्या बोलोगी? हाउ यू जस्टिफाई बीइंग ए भोजपुरी? चलो छोड़ो, बट दैट इज ए मैटर ऑफ इंटरव्यू, वी विल प्रिपेयर इट. आपकी व्हाट्स योर ऑप्शनल एक्चुअली? व्हाट्स योर ऑप्शनल? You have any queries? You have any doubts?
Sir, I just started my preparation, so I need some overview about it, and then
But you are already late by 25 minutes, so
I
anyway.
couldn't find the center.
Okay. You know, you have the syllabus with you, all of you. Online, hopefully, you can study coaching necessary with your. No, no. See, I tell you, why you join coaching? Anybody has the answer? Oh, that this is not the age when discipline can be imposed from outside.
Yes,
You
sir.
join coaching. You join coaching to improve your chances of success. And how will you do it? Through answer writing, evaluation, improvising. And in general studies, nowhere you have this facility available. So you are only attending Babaji ka bhashan. And all those lectures are freely available in Telegram. So the objective is defeated. And the amount is also very heavy. Fine? If you have to prepare on your own through lectures only, lectures are available everywhere. Every expert lecture is there. Actually, when you join general studies, you join an institute. Because every institute has 3, 4, 5 people teaching one subject. But when you join an option, you join a particular person. So in general studies, you have plenty of options. And even if they have evaluation system, the evaluation is very poor. Many of my students who have never faced prelims, they are experts, they are evaluating mains copies in different coaching institutes. Fine? So if you can trust somebody who can really guide you about answer writing, then it's a different matter. And otherwise also, I have very bad impression in terms of general studies, because in GS, let us say if you have a score of 100, you say it's a very good score. But if you have same score in essay, will you be happy? And no, anything above 130 could be a good score. But if you have same score in optional, will you be happy? If it is not, do you think UPSC is partial against general studies? It is not. It's just because even if lectures are there, everybody can lecture you, even a bookseller can lecture you. Unless you know how to write, unless the practice is there of writing answers, it is, most of it is wastage of time. People say that we join general studies so that we can know the limits. You can know through Telegram also. Fine? So coming to Anthro. Now, if you look at the syllabus, broad areas which are there, very interesting. First is intro. First 3 points, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. First point is what is anthropology. Second point is relationship with other sciences. And third point is different branches of anthropology. Without studying different branches, how can you know the relationship? Unless you know biological anthropology, how can you relate it to biological sciences? Unless you have studied social cultural anthropology, how can you relate anthropology with social cultural subjects? Similarly, unless you have done archaeology or fossil evidence, how can you discuss about the geology and related sciences? So right from the first point, the way they created the syllabus, I don't think anybody will appreciate. So I will give you in brief. Second is the biggest topic that we call institutions. In institution, you have marriage, family, kinship, economy. You can say economic anthropology, polity or political anthropology, and religion. Very easy to understand, but difficult to write. Why? Like we recommend uh, the only book which is available in the market, my book, In Search of Ourselves, an introduction to social culture anthropology. For
Sir,
any
please repeat book name.
In Search of Ourselves. वो नई किताब का है ये. Before moving further, let me tell you, a new book has come in the market. Not yet. It is just published and the publisher has sent, the printer has sent the copies. This is Tribal Education and Health. So all your needs for these, there is three topics are there. One is constitutional safeguards, my constitution and tribal, and then tribal education and tribal health. So all your needs will be covered. And our students, they will be getting this book as study material. Others, they'll have to buy from the market. And yet, it's not costly. Deliberately, we have priced it so that you don't have to photocopy. Its cost, print price is 102. So if bookseller gives you 20% cost or discount, that comes out to 80 rupees. Fine? But that will be specifically for that. So these institutions, very interesting and very important from the point of view of not only anthropology, but also social issues and making the essay. Fundamentals of essay. The essay which is economic in nature or political in nature or philosophically in nature or social issues in general study. Interestingly, whatever they tell you in social issues is too theoretical. The way questions are asked. Let us take up one example. In marriage, you have the issue of divorce in social issues. Can you tell me any suggestions what should be the provisions in this act of divorce? You have personal laws.
Sir, please repeat it.
Pardon?
Sir, please repeat the question.
What provisions you expect from the law related to divorce? If you have that universal UCC, if it is applied, then what should be the provisions you think should be included there?
Sir, I think, sir, there are several communities living in our country, sir. So they all have the different and their own acts and the rules. So, sir, I think, sir, in the UCC, we have to include these kind of rules for them separately, sir.
Don't confuse me. Straight away, tell me 1, 2, 3.
One thing, sir, is we can do that. We can have these kind of rules as it is in our UCC, sir.
I'm saying what suggestions you have. If it is as it is, then what is the need to discuss?
Sir, if I may answer,
Yes,
I feel, sir, based on what the last person was saying, especially since he said about the certain rules for the different people, I feel we can address those issues. Let's say, sir, it's domestic violence, asking for dowry or something.
You tell me one thing, why this issue is there in our country only? Why it was not in the US? Why it is not there in Europe? Do you think diversity was not there in the US?
Sir, it is there.
Then? It is an alibi that they have this, they have, so what? Human rights are more important than any community rights. I'm giving you a hint how to answer it. Actually, in general studies, whatever you read and whatever you are told, if everybody writes the same, why should they give you the marks? A single point out of box can shoot up your score.
Sir,
Hindu will be angry, or Muslims will be angry, or let it be. I told you, human rights are much bigger an issue. Even human rights are above your constitution.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I think there should be a suggestion like
अपना नाम बताओ sir. It is written 1 plus.
Sir Sushant Abhishek, sir. Sorry, sir, I did.
चलो कोई बात नहीं.
Sir, actually, I think the suggestion should be that all the marriages, whether it is from whichever community, it should be registered. Like a marriage certificate should be issued from the block, just like caste certificate and other certificates. So that.
What is the word for divorce in our languages?
Sir?
What is the word for divorce in our languages?
talak.
Talak.
Talak. That's not our word. It is Arabic.
Persian word.
We don't have a word. We don't have a word for talak. We don't have a word for secular. We don't have a word for religion. We don't have a word for law.
Yes.
That reflects what kind of our society was. Anyway, so this is a topic, and for this topic, you have my book, I told you, In Search of Ourselves, and then another major topic is there. Culture and thought. But before that, you have a topic, basic concepts. These are the basic concepts in sociology and anthropology. What is society? What is culture? What is group? What is band? What is civilization? Fundamental issues are there. What is caste? What is caste? Anybody?
Caste is
On the
caste is a social
basis
division.
of this week and
Social division.
keep people in some group.
Sir, hereditary classes.
Division by
the basis of
Sir, earlier we define people of group on the basis of their
Again,
work.
caste is not an Indian word. Caste is not an Indian word.
Word.
One. What is one?
Sir, earlier we decide
What is
group
one?
of people.
No, what is one?
Sir, division on the basis of work.
What is the meaning of one?
In which sect of society you are born?
See,
Sir.
Hanji sir, what
Namaste, sir.
right is Varn. क्या हो गया?
Sir, what is difference between Varn and Jati?
Just a minute. You write it like this. So that means color. So how many colors are there?
2. Black and white.
Black and white.
Then how come 4
The
categorized?
basic colors, black and white, blue, red.
No. Again, this Varna, it is derived from the Sanskrit base we call Vri. This is phonetics. At this juncture, you won't understand. Vri. And with this, the expression is Varna. This is Varna. Varna means to select. Prakritik Varna, natural selection. Marriage by your own choice, Swayam Varanam. So you could select your own social status depending on your capacity and capability. That is why it can be occupational. And what is the reason? R.S. Sharma won't speak out, Romila Thapir won't speak out, D.N. Jha won't speak out. Because they literally hate Indian social system. I'm giving reference of Bhagavad Gita. Reference is chapter 4, slok 13. I'm giving reference of Nirukta. 214. I'm giving reference to sovereignty. This is 130. You can go and confirm and check what I'm telling you. And why you do not score in general studies is this reason, because you do not give any reference to any issue. And the people who are they are teaching you, they have just gone through in the ordinary texts which are available in the market. And if you tell them this thing, they won't have anything to say about it. They say it is nonsense. The fact is, it is the only thing that makes sense. You were talking about jati. Jati is derived from the Sanskrit word jati. You understand this? What is this? You may not, but when that Jnanpith awards are there in newspaper, you read Jnanpith, it is Jnana. Jati means kin group. So any kin group can be called jati. In India we call it jati. People have different kin groups in different societies. Right? So this topic that we keep on talking like this, but let me elaborate on the syllabus. Then this next we have a chapter which is interesting but difficult to understand, and it is this. Sorry, I forgot to tell you about culture and thought. A topic historically very important. You have thinkers in all the subjects. Say in social sciences, for example, in sociology, paper 1 is thoroughly based on five thinkers. Marx is there, Weber is there, Durkheim is there, Martin is there, and Parson is there. Paper 1 is based on that. And ordinarily, people with the technical backgrounds, they feel it very tough to understand thinkers. We have a chapter of thinkers in astrology, but it is separate. Not directly related, but we relate it in different concepts, particularly in paper 2. Particularly structuralism, structural functionalism, cultural ecology, amic ethics. All these things we use. But directly they may ask about 20, 30, 40 marks out of that, but it is as important as the physical anthropology part is there, that I will tell you later on. The next you have, it is cultural evolution. You have studied a bit in your NCRT. Prehistory, proto-history. What is history? Anybody?
Sir, history is the study of past since we have the written content and the archaeological study of the archaeological of the past. Only since this is a written content we have, sir. Or the invention of the writing.
One clear sentence in definition.
Sir, temporal and spatial analysis of events.
Yeah. That will apply to every subject.
Consider the events which are happened in past.
Happened in the past.
So
revolution.
from them we can take some references for our future and present.
Indus had the script. Is it a part of history?
Sir, many sir. Yes.
You call it history. Proto-history means anthropology of history.
It's a cultural revolution of men's, and they are written in records.
Stage in the cultural evolution of man, of which written records are available and language has been deciphered. If language is there but not yet deciphered, then proto-history. If language is not there, then it is prehistory.
So, sorry, Indus Valley civilization
Indus Valley civilization.
It is proto-history. Proto-history means on the verge of history. The moment we understand the language, it will become a part of history.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. So doubt is this, sir, that if we have if there is any civilization in the history develop the writing system or the language, but that language is not deciphered yet. So that's come under the prehistory or the sir proto history.
Proto-history, I told you, language is there, but yet to be deciphered.
Yes, sir. So that's proto
You
history.
use the word civilization. Can you tell me what is civilization?
Civilization.
Hmm.
So civilization is the development and the development of the human beings that they make the places to live, sir, like this.
And that is culture.
Yes, sir.
And we'll talk about. No, this chapter actually we do not take up here. The reason is in paper 2 you have a whole detail about Indian archaeology and which is very crucial. So we take them together. World archaeology, prehistory and Indian prehistory we take up together when we take up paper 2. Very hard work has to be there. May not be very important in paper 1. World archaeology is not very important, hardly a short note may be there. But in paper 2, it's very important. And again, whatever is there in paper 2, they have been asking in paper 1 as well. So that becomes the most important topic, you can say, Indian archaeology topic. Then you have a topic of language and communication. Interesting, small. And then you have research methods. Again, interesting and small. In sociology, this is too long. They don't have things like language and communication, but research methods is too long a chapter. So this is for your social cultural, but remember the way you have the syllabus with you. What they do is that you have this part 1, chapter 1 is there. After this, here they have given three chapters of biological anthropology. 3 chapters are primates, fossil evidence, evolution, biological evolution. Physical is separate after that. What does this mean? It simply means that paper setter can ask these 3 topics either with this section or with biological. If he asks here, what will be the benefit? If you are strong at biological anthropology, part 2 is biological anthropology, you will be attempting 3 questions from there and 1 question you are also having here. Means you have 4 questions from biological anthropology to attempt. Fine? But that is the beginning of biological anthropology, and then you have those 3. Thereafter you have genetics, the chapters fossil, primates, evolution, genetics, along with archaeology, cultural evolution. These are the most important topics you can say, and that require a lot of time for your understanding and answer writing. And besides, from 150 to 200 marks worth of questions are asked from these 5 topics only. Fossils, primates, evolution, genetics, archaeology. And up to this, there will be a lot of pressure on you. And whenever we start with fossils, primates, evolution, genetics, I always advise my students that you may be taking about 25 days or so. And another 5 days when we talk about archaeology means 1 full month. I advise my students that during these days, you have to do nothing. Whole time you got to involve in these topics. Most of the people, they don't understand. And out of these 5 topics, our students take a read of 20 to 25 marks. compared to the rest. So even if your rest of the preparation is average, you have already taken a lead. But you have other topics which are easy, which are interesting, and equally scoring. Next, you have race, biological races. Then you have human physical growth and development. And then you have human ecology or human adaptability. And finally, the applications of anthropology. This as a whole is your paper one. And what is the difference between social, cultural and bio? In social cultural, you cover in quite detail. The problem is how to write within the word limit. In biological anthropology, the best thing is understanding is a bit difficult. But whatever you understand, you have to write the same. Right? So this is your paper one, and we have almost 180 questions that we prepare from paper one. And how we do it, Antim sir will tell you thereafter. But I'm talking about syllabus only presently. Tribal India, Indian anthropology is comparatively short. You can say half of it. About 100 questions have to be prepared. One, I told you already, Indian prehistory is there. Then second one, we were talking about that caste varna. It is a part of this topic. It is basis of Indian social system. Caste, varna, jati, ashram, purusharth. Interesting. But you don't have to attempt from GS point of view, but it definitely helps you in the social issues that you cover up. Then you have demographic profile of India. Here we talk about racial and linguistic elements in Indian population. Next is, you can say slightly boring topic, totally factual, growth of anthropology in India. You have to mug up a lot in terms of what is the contribution. There are three divisions, some say it is four divisions, and what is the contribution of various anthropologists to anthropology. A lot of it you will have to mug up, but not very popular with the paper setters. Hardly they ask contribution of one or two, say 15 to 25 marks of questions are asked, but then their use is there in the next chapter that we call basic concepts. Slightly lengthy, but very scoring, because you can understand, but how to put within the word limit, that again creates a problem. Many concepts are there of social change that again will be important in social issue also. Standardization is there, westernization is there, modernization is there, secularization is there. Then typically anthropological concepts are there, great and little traditions, universalization, particularization. Nature and spirit complex, sacred complex, type of continuum, village study. Again, in paper 2, that is other than the archaeology, this is a topic that can fetch you more, and it is popular with the paper setters also. And this ends with your paper 1, paper 2, part 1, and subsequently is tribal India. Tribal India, I think you understand easily. What are tribes? What is the difference between tribe and civil tribe? The growth of all these studies. What are the important problems? What are the administrative issues? A number of things are there related to tribal problems, tribes in India. In sociology, you have only one topic, Indian tribes in India. Here we have half the paper. Finally, you have issues related to national integration, ethnicity is there, regionalism is there, mainstream concept is there. They can be helpful in your essay also, but this topic is not very popular with the paper setter. If anyone of you wants details about more details about any particular topic,
Yes, sir. I just want to ask you, sir, one question. Sir,
Bolo.
let's say the question. Sir, I want to ask you a question regarding the syllabus. So let's say there is a. Sir, am I audible? Let's say there is a question related to the anthropological relationship with other disciplines. Okay.
Relationship
With other disciplines, for example, social sciences or history, any one of them. So, sir, we have to write only the differences and similarities, or we have to go beyond this.
Wherever question is there versus, you have to compare in terms of similarities and differences. If they ask you differentiate, you have to talk about differences alone.
So let's say, sir, there is a question asked in 2019. May I read, sir?
What was the question?
Write a note in 150 words on the relationship between linguistics and socio-cultural anthropology. So, sir, how can I approach this? Only similarity and differences, and beyond these things, sir.
Both will be there, and how they are interdependent also. You have that language and communication issue that is there, that topic it covers.
Yes, sir. Okay, I got it, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. Like I wanted to ask a question. Like earlier, I was having agriculture optional, but like in that the approach was like they used to say don't go for standard books, just follow the PYQs. And like I was having some difficulties in solving the technicality of that subject, so thought of switching to anthropology. So how should I approach in the anthropology?
Just tell me.
Yes, sir.
What do you expect? I told you during the classes only you have to practice something like 270, 280 answers.
Yes,
and
sir.
then you have a test series where some more answers will be there, something like say 300. And most
Yes,
of
sir.
the questions in the UPSC, these will be covered during both of these.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Like I wanted to ask how to approach the subject, sir.
How to approach means? See, right from when we have our first class, I told you we will be taking up institutions. This is chapter 4 of my book. Marriage,
Yes.
we will be starting with that. Marriage, family, kinship, economy, politics, religion, we will be taking up. And on day 1 itself, I will give you about 40 questions that you have to write in
Okay,
the
sir.
next 3 weeks or so, whatever is there.
Yes,
Then we
sir.
take up fossils, primates, evolution, genetics. Then we take up thinkers part. That on day 1 everything is covered and it is there, the way booklet is there, accordingly only we proceed. Syllabus booklet that is there.
सर मेरा थोड़ा सा आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है अभी पूछ लूं
बोलो बोलो
सर मैंने ना जुलाई से सोचा है कि मैं आपके पास जुलाई से आऊंगा क्योंकि मेरे पास अभी मेरा कॉलेज चल रहा है और मैंने 26 का ये अटेम्प्ट देना है
क्यों
तो
देना है?
सर क्योंकि मैं 1.5 साल से प्रिपेयर कर रहा हूँ सर
अच्छा कौन सा एरिया तैयार है बताओ मेरे को मेरा है
सर मेरे बेस सब्जेक्ट्स तैयार हैं बट मैंने उनकी अच्छे
एक
से
कोई बताओ जिसमें से मैं पूछूं
सर ज्योग्राफी अभी रिसेंटली किया है
चलो मेरे को डिफाइन कर दो व्हाट इज ज्योग्राफी बता दो
सर अभी तो परफॉर्मेंस प्रेशर हो रहा है बट लिख के दे दूंगा सर
I told you in the beginning only, every day whatever you do before you go to bed you should have the satisfaction कि मेरे दिमाग में बैठ चुका है ये नहीं कि मैंने एक बार पढ़ लिया तो 20 बार पढ़ जाओ तो भी 6 महीने बाद पढ़ोगे तो नया लगेगा ठीक है
सर
अपना
मेरा थोड़ा
भविष्य में क्या सजेस्ट है
मेरा थोड़ा सा डाउट ये था सर कि मैं अभी जनवरी से ज्वाइन नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि मेरे मई में कॉलेज एग्जाम्स होंगे
तो कौन सा सुनामी आने वाला है प्रलय आने वाली है क्या उसके बाद 26 में ही क्यों देना आई टोल्ड यू अनलेस यू आर रेडी विद योर मेंस डू नॉट थिंक अबाउट प्रीलिम्स आप लोगों की प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि यू फिक्स अप द टारगेट विदाउट नोइंग व्हाट इज व्हाट। अपना घर कहाँ पे है?
चंडीगढ़ में सर।
चंडीगढ़ में वहां सब
सेक्टर से चंडीगढ़ से थोड़ा सा दूर रहता हूँ सर, पंचकुला रहता हूँ।
तो चंडीगढ़ ही हो गया वो, है ना?
हाँ जी,
पंचकुला कहाँ पे रहते हैं?
पिंजौर में रहता हूँ सर।
ये यार चले जाओ, यहाँ चले बैठ जाओ।
सर कोई
ठीक है?
पूछता नहीं है
अरे
इतना।
guys, Chandigarh is my hometown there. I did my MSc in anthropology from there. I came to Delhi to finish my research. मैं सोचा था कि 3 साल में करके वापस चला जाऊंगा, पर दिल्ली ने छोड़ा ही नहीं। और मिर्जा गालिब कह रहे थे कौन जाए दिल्ली की दुनिया छोड़कर, मेरे लिए ही कह रहे थे। हम्म?
अ, स- सर मतलब मैं जुलाई तक अगर मेंस की प्रिपरेशन अच्छे से कर लूँ अपनी
पर
तो फिर।
नहीं कर पाओगे। आई टेल यू वन थिंग, इवन इफ यू हैव प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर 2 years 3 years 4 years, यहाँ आने के बाद यू रियलाइज दैट व्हाट वाज द वे टू प्रिपेयर। तुम पूरा जीएस रट के आ जाओ, मेरे जो भी टॉपिक बताओगे मैं सवाल पूछूंगा तो मैं नहीं आते होंगे, क्योंकि उस तरह से तैयारी ही नहीं की होगी।
सर मेरे मेंस के मेंटोर एक्चुअली जीएस के हैं यहाँ पर, बट वो पबैट पढ़ाते हैं तो मेरे को पबैट लेना नहीं है, तो इसलिए मेरे को दिल्ली आना है एंथ्रो
मैं
पढ़ने के
तुम्हें
लिए।
पढ़ाई का क्वेश्चन पूछती हूँ, उनको नहीं आता होगा। यू
हम्म।
टेल मी व्हाट इज इंडियन इन इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन? एनीबडी? वी हैव अवर इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, उसमें इंडियन क्या है? ये स्कॉटलैंड से ले लिया, ये इंग्लैंड से ले लिया, ये यूएस से ले लिया, क्या इंडियन क्या है बताना मेरे को।
So aspiration of the people of this country.
ऐसा ही है। चलो, और those who want to study polity, there is a series, राज्यसभा टीवीज, the making of संविधान। 10 episodes are there, 55 minutes each. Before reading Lakshmikant or other things, you must visit this series and note भी करना है for 3 things. First
So
is
where?
the making of संविधान, राज्यसभा टीवी।
Sir, may I ask you, sir, one other question? A question apart from
And
anthropology,
you
sir.
have to go for 3 things. Firstly, no question on polity is there without any background. उससे अच्छी बैकग्राउंड आपको नहीं मिलेगी। Second, whatever our leaders have said, national leaders of freedom struggle, they have said, you can use as quotes in your essay. And third thing is, आपको कुछ अच्छे लॉजिक मिल जाएंगे जिससे आपका एथिक्स इम्प्रोवाइज हो जाएगा। तो मुझे अगर कोई कहे ना कि मैंने तो पूरी लक्ष्मीकांत रट ली और मेरे को सारी पॉलिटी आ गई, तो मैं कहता हूँ तुमने कुछ नहीं किया। विदाउट दैट यू आर जीरो। एंड आई डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड कि पॉलिटी पढ़ाने वाले उस सीरीज को क्यों नहीं बताते।
Hello, sir.
यस सर।
So I want to ask that I am 19 years old only, and I have started my preparation now. So should I take my optional now? Because I'm preparing for my graduation also.
यू फिनिश योर ग्रेजुएशन?
No, sir, I'm going for it in final year of graduation.
क्या सब्जेक्ट है?
So biology only, CBZ.
बायोलॉजी इज नो सब्जेक्ट इन ग्रेजुएशन।
Chemistry, botany, and zoology, CBZ.
तो उनमें से क्यों नहीं रखती? केमिस्ट्री इज वेरी स्कोरिंग।
It's so difficult.
तो फिर लिया क्यों था? एनी सब्जेक्ट दैट यू स्टडी फॉर 3 years है, यहाँ तुम 5 महीने में एक्सपर्ट हो जाओगे। There is no hurry, you finish your graduation. Meanwhile, whatever time you have, try to study fundamentals in general studies, history, geography, economy, polity. But one thing you remember, that your graduation score is the first impression in front of UPSC. ठीक है? पता लगा एंथ्रो तैयार करते रहिए और वहां स्कोर 0.2 भी कम हो गया अगर, तो दैट विल गिव ए वेरी बैड इंप्रेशन। यूपीएससी कहीं नहीं भागा जा रहा। If you are busy in your final year, that is the most crucial thing.
Sir,
Sir, may I ask you a question apart from anthropology, sir?
Hello.
Please, sir. Hello.
मेरा एक है।
Sir, may I ask, sir?
बोलो।
Sir, as I have changed my name, sir, from Shahnawaz to MD Samir Rao, sir. So, sir, is there the question can be asked from this part in the interview, sir?
If you have changed your name, you must have changed from your matriculation onwards.
Sir, I filed the writ petition before the Honorable High Court, sir. I appeared in person before there, and the Honorable Allahabad High Court ordered in my favor, directing the Uttar Pradesh Madhyamik Shiksha Parishad to change my name from Shanwas to MD Samir Rao. But subsequently, they filed the special appeal to challenge the single judge order, and the reserved judgment already has been reserved in the special appeal also, sir. But I think, sir, this time the maybe it against me, sir, negative judgment, maybe, sir. But still, the judgment is not
कहाँ
coming
रहते
from
हो तुम
that.
एमपी में?
Sir, I'm Uttar Pradesh belong करता हूँ, sir, मुरादाबाद
या
डिस्ट्रिक्ट, सर.
रूल नहीं है कि आप नाम नहीं बदल सकते. यू हैव टू चेंज ऑल योर सर्टिफिकेट. मैट्रिकुलेशन है, इंटर है, ग्रेजुएशन है.
Sir, I have changed my name in all my proof of identity and addresses as per
Then
pin code section.
why should they ask you about change of name?
Sir, in Uttar Pradesh, sir, there is a provision under article, there is a provision in UPMSP that they after 3 years and the complete name cannot be changed. That's why I filed the writ petition before the Honorable High Court. Yes, sir, this is the regulation, sir.
इंडिया
Sir,
नेशनल लेवल पे ऐसा कोई रूल नहीं है भाई.
Honorable Supreme Court also gave the judgment in
तो मेरे को बाद में डिस्कस कर, मुझे अंतिम सर अभी बात करेंगे, उनसे बात करके फिर बाद में उनसे डिस्कस कर लेना. ठीक है.
Sir, I had a question. So my background is environmental engineering actually. So I'm basically starting my prep for GS as well as with the mains. I was confused between sir Anthro and social because sir based on the research and I've discussed with some friends.
टेक सोशियो, मेरी जान छूटेगी.
No sir, that's not. I'm
Let me
not
tell you one
confused.
thing. This is my 40th year of guiding the students, and till date I have never asked anybody to take Anthro. So don't expect कि मैं किसी को कहूँगा Anthro ले लो. I can tell you what are the problems with sociology.
So that'll help, sir. Please tell.
First thing I told you already, the 5 thinkers which are there. Paper 1 is totally dependent on that, and paper 2 they take up just as general studies. Second thing is, you look at the syllabus, socio seems half of it, but socio is double than anthropology. Third is anthro, psycho, geography. They do not require very good writing skills, but sociology and philosophy they require very good writing skills.
Understood, sir.
ठीक है कि नहीं?
समझ गया सर.
फिर भी मैं चाहूंगा सोशियो ले लो.
नहीं सर, that defeats the purpose of attending a seminar.
अरे तुम्हारी वजह से तो सारा एनवायरनमेंट डिस्ट्रॉय हो रहा है. एनवायरनमेंट ही बड़ा है ना.
जी सर.
तो डिस्ट्रक्शन तो तुम ही लोग कर रहे हो ना.
Sir, it's quite ironical to the job, but yes.
ये बंदे भी करोगे. चलो नेक्स्ट.
सर
जस्ट अ मिनट.
सर पहले मेरा नाम अमन शर्मा है. मैं आगरा से हूँ सर. मैंने सर अपना ग्रेजुएशन आईआईटी चेन्नई से ड्रॉप आउट किया था अपना बीटेक फूड टेक्नोलॉजी में सेकंड ईयर में. उसके बाद सर मैंने डिस्टेंस मोड से अपना ग्रेजुएशन किया. सर ग्रेजुएशन में मैंने सब्जेक्ट ठीक से नहीं पढ़े. अब सर मैं कंफ्यूज हूँ कि मेरे को क्या लेना चाहिए ऑप्शनल में.
जो कंफ्यूज होते हैं ना वो पॉलिटिक्स ज्वाइन करते हैं. वो आगे
नहीं सर एक्चुअली सर मेन बात क्या थी कि सर मैंने मैथमेटिक्स लेने का सोचा था. सर इंजीनियरिंग में मैथमेटिक्स
पढ़ने की फीस भी नहीं लगती, उसमें टाइम भी खर्च नहीं होता. पर यहाँ जो मैथमेटिक्स की कोचिंग देते हैं वो 10 से 11 महीने लेते हैं.
हाँ.
कोचिंग करने के बाद भी करीब आधे स्टूडेंट मैथ छोड़ देते हैं.
हाँ सर.
तो फिर
तो सर ये कंफ्यूजन है, क्या करना चाहिए मेरे को. मेरे सामने जो सिचुएशन है ना सर बहुत क्रिटिकल है.
क्या तो इंग्लिश सुधार लो थोड़ी, उसके बाद जो मर्जी करना. कहाँ पे हो
सर? मैं आगरा.
3 घंटे का रास्ता नहीं है, आ जाओ पकड़ के ट्रेन.
सर वैसे ऑप्शन मेरे को क्या लेना चाहिए आपके हिसाब से?
भैया एंथ्रो छोड़ कुछ भी ले लो. मैंने कहा है ना एंथ्रो में कभी रिकमेंड नहीं करता.
सर एंथ्रो रिकमेंड नहीं करते, फिर भी उसके सिवा कोई और?
एंथ्रो, ज्योग्राफी, साइको 3 सब्जेक्ट ऐसे हैं जिसमें राइटिंग स्किल बहुत अच्छी नहीं चाहिए. ठीक है. और ज्योग्राफी की प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि जितना बड़ा जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी है उससे थोड़ा बड़ा एंथ्रो का पेपर 2 है. ज्योग्राफी का पहला चैप्टर है जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी. एंथ्रो का पेपर 2 उससे थोड़ा बड़ा है.
सर जैसे कि अगर मैं एंथ्रोपोलॉजी लेता हूँ और मेरा बायोलॉजी का बैकग्राउंड बिल्कुल नहीं है, मेरे को 11th 12th में बायोलॉजी बहुत बेकार लगती है, 10th में मेरे को अच्छी लगती है।
मैं तुम्हें बताऊं, मैं
हाँ
पहले ही दिन कहता हूँ कि तुम्हारी पीढ़ी ऐसी है कि जो कल पढ़ते हो आज भूल जाते हो,
हाँ सर।
तो इसलिए मार मार के बनाना पड़ता है, तुम लोग ऐसे नहीं बनते। पहले ही दिन पूछता हूँ कि अपनी कैटेगरी बता दो। कुछ लोग अपने आप बन जाते हैं, कुछ लोगों को मार मार के बनाना पड़ता है। मुझे कैटेगरी बता दो, मैं बहुत जिद्दी आदमी हूँ, मैं हिम्मत नहीं हारता। द ओनली थिंग इज whatever I say you have to follow, that's all. सिंपल सी बात है, मैं कुछ भी कह रहा हूँ एंड यू आर फॉलोइंग, इफ यू डोंट क्वालिफाई इट इज माई फेलियर, इट्स नॉट योर फेलियर। एंड इफ आई टेल यू एंड यू डोंट फॉलो, आई सिंपली से गो टू हेल। लेकिन क्या होता है कि बैच में दो तरह के लोग आते हैं। देर आर पीपल हु गिव मी रिजल्ट एंड आई थैंक देम, बिकॉज ऑफ देम नाम रोशन होता है हमारा। देन देर आर पीपल हु डू नॉट वर्क हार्ड एंड दे फेल, आई थैंक देम ऑल्सो, क्योंकि इंस्टीट्यूट का प्रॉफिट तो वही लोग बनाते हैं भाई। ठीक है, एक जेड कौन है भाई?
सर
हाँ,
सर आई
एक जेड को बोलने दो। क्या नाम है? पढ़न
अक्षय सर। तो मैं
अक्षय,
यूट्यूब पे देख रहा था सर, मैं अभी अभी ज्वाइन किया हूँ जूम पे।
चलो कोई सवाल है? जूही कुछ पूछना चाह रही है?
नहीं सर।
बोलो।
सर
हाँ हार्दिक बोलो।
सर आई एम ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट ऑफ ग्रेजुएशन लास्ट ईयर एंड आई वांट
एक
टू
मिनट,
प्रिपेयर
मैं
फॉर
उसे बिटिया से पूछू, तुम कुछ पूछ रही थी? कहाँ से? सुल्तानपुर से। अभी एज कितने हैं तुम्हारे पास? चारा क्या है एंथ्रो के अलावा, ये बताओ मेरे को। ज्योग्राफी। गत वर्ष भूगोल में आया गोर है कैसे भरा, और हमने एक पल में लिख दिया उत्तर खरा। गोलगप्पा गोल है, मूवी हमारा गोल है, इसलिए मास्टर जी ये भरा भी गोल है। झूम उठे मास्टर जी से अनोखे ज्ञान से, और पर्चे पर उन्होंने लिख दिया ये शान से। ठीक है बेटा तुम्हारी लेखनी भी ठीक है, गोल है दवात इसलिए नंबर भी तेरा गोल। अभी तो बता रहा हूं कि फर्स्ट टॉपिक जियो मॉर्फोलॉजी जो है एंथ्रो पेपर 2 से थोड़ा बड़ा है। वैसे स्कूल लेवल पे ज्योग्राफी में इंटरेस्ट जनरेट नहीं होता, क्योंकि पूरे हिंदुस्तान में ज्योग्राफी के अच्छे टीचर स्कूल लेवल पे नहीं है। वो सिविल सर्विस से आने के बाद पता लगता है कि अच्छा ज्योग्राफी इज इंटरेस्टिंग, तो इसीलिए रिफ्यूज हो। मैरिट, दो मैरिट, एक तो मैं हूं है? तुम्हारे सारे पेपर सेटर, तुम्हारे सारे एग्जामिनर दो एक को छोड़ करके मेरे जूनियर है। ये तुम्हें जो बुकलेट दी हैं ये करंट अफेयर दी हैं, देखिए बुकलेट मिली है ना? हाँ, ये करंट अफेयर हैं। यूपीएससी में नथिंग इज स्टैटिक। होता क्या, मान लो कि दे आस्क यू क्वेश्चन व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मैरिजेस प्रेजेंट इन इंडिया, वो ये नहीं पूछ रहे कि व्हाट आर, व्हाई आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मैरिजेस एंड व्हाट आर द चेंजिंग ट्रेंड्स। वो खुद से समझना पड़ता है कि यूपीएससी क्या पूछ रही है। यूपीएससी में कोई भी चीज स्टैटिक नहीं होती, इवन हिस्ट्री तक स्टैटिक नहीं होती भाई। जैसे मान लो कि वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री में तुम्हें पूछ दिया गया द ग्रेट डिप्रेशन 1930 के आसपास वाला, वो नहीं पूछ रहा, वो आज का क्वेश्चन भी पूछ रहा 2008 से 10 के बीच में आया था, और अभी जो है उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस क्या होने वाले हैं। यही तो पंगा, इसलिए वो 100 नंबर आ जाते हैं, जीएस वाले खुश हो जाते हैं कि हमने हो गया भाई। यूपीएससी में खुद ही क्रिएटिविटी चाहिए। एक एडिशनल पॉइंट किसी एक आंसर में तुम्हारा स्कोर कैसे शूट अप कर देगा, तुम खुद भी एहसास नहीं होगा। ये अंतिम सर अभी बताएंगे। तुम्हें जाना है क्या? कौन सी? किस बात की? कोई बात नहीं, ये वीडियो आ जाएगी यूट्यूब पे, सारा देख लेना। ठीक है, चलो।
सर एक क्वेश्चन था और
चलो,
सर क्लासेस के बीच में सर हम कहीं और भी फोकस कर सकते हैं या सिर्फ एंथ्रोपोलॉजी ही पढ़ना है
वो
क्लास में?
जो 5 चैप्टर्स हैं उस टाइम कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते। बाकी जो हैं, आप हमारे अल्टरनेट डे क्लास होती है तो यू कैन अफोर्ड, एंड आई विल टेल यू दैट नाउ द टॉपिक्स आर इजी, सो यू कैन इफ यू वांट। पर उसके बावजूद एक चीज बताओ, 5 महीने में कौन सब्जेक्ट तैयार होता है यार? पॉलिटिकल साइंस की क्लास लेते हैं 16 से 18 महीने लेते हैं, जहां विद आंसर राइटिंग तैयारी पूरी हो रही है अगर, है ना, 500 नंबर का हमारा ऑप्शन तैयार हो गया, है ना, फिर सोशल इश्यूज का मसला है, फिर ऐसे मेकिंग का मसला है। ऑब्जेक्टिव ये होना चाहिए, इफ यू हैव टू अपीयर इन 26, बाय जनवरी 31 यू शुड बी रेडी विद योर मीन्स। मतलब क्या है? 5 महीने ऑप्शनल को और 7 महीने जीएस मेंस को आपको तैयार करना है। नहीं होता है तो देन पोस्टपोन योर अटेम्प्ट। ठीक है
सर
सर
अगर
अंतिम
मेंस की
के बाकी सारी बातें, 2 बातें मैं बता देता हूँ। पहली बात तो यह है कि आप जो फीस देते हैं वो कोई आसान नहीं होता, इट्स एन इन्वेस्टमेंट। क्योंकि जब आप पास होते हैं आईएएस आईपीएस आईएएस कैटेगरी में, जनरल कैटेगरी में, तो आपको फीस वापस हो जाती है। आप तो पुरानी वीडियोस दे सकते हैं अक्षर की और उन सब की। और दूसरी बात क्या है कि एक बार जब आप आईएएस बन जाते हैं तो आपकी जॉब के टाइम पे कभी भी मैं 1 महीने की सैलरी आपसे मांग सकता हूँ। वो भी आप एहसान नहीं कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि मैं एक स्कूल खोल रहा हूँ ट्राइबल्स के लिए भीमबेटका के पास, मध्य प्रदेश से 70 किलोमीटर दूर है, भोपाल से 70 किलोमीटर दूर। तो आप समाज से ले रहे हैं तो समाज को लौटाना चाहिए, एंड इट्स अ मस्ट।
Sir, one question, sir.
sir
Sir, if someone want to join your classes and he does not have the enough resources, so how can he join your classes, sir?
यू हैव टू जस्टिफाई।
So how, sir?
वो तो सामने आके ही पता लगेगा हाउ सर, क्या मैं सबके सामने बताऊं फिर सबको ही हो जाएगा कि मेरा भी है मेरा भी है।
That's it. Okay, sir. I got it. I'll visit, sir. I will visit, sir. Your
देखो
project.
पूरा देश जो है हालत सबकी खराब है।
Yes, sir.
इकोनॉमिक्स वाले आपको कभी नहीं बताएंगे कि इकोनॉमी की हालत कितनी खराब है। हाँ, दुनिया की हालत खराब है एक्चुअली। पूरी दुनिया या तो इन्वेस्ट कर चुकी है आपके यूक्रेन में या फिर वेस्ट एशिया में। परसों ही मैंने एक वीडियो बनाई है कि इंडिया को अगर विश्व गुरु बनना है, एग्रीकल्चर पे ध्यान दो। 5% ग्रोथ हो गई एग्रीकल्चर की तो सब भूखे मरने वाले हैं आने वाले 2-3 साल में। तो खाना ही तो चाहिए होगा भाई।
Sir, there is a
Sir, so
question from
give me the
comments.
time, sir, so that I will meet you, sir.
जब
Will
मैं
mind if it is possible?
I'll give you my number. You can call me directly and schedule it.
हाँ, क्या क्वेश्चन?
Sir, there is a question from YouTube: psychology versus anthropology
साइकोलॉजी वर्सेस एंथ्रोपोलॉजी
as an optional.
मैं कह तो रहा हूँ साइको ले लो यार।
From Nidhi Tripathi.
निधि, मेरे को एंथ्रो की बात नहीं करनी, मैंने कभी नहीं कहा एंथ्रो लेने के लिए, बता तो रहा हूँ तुम्हें। साइको का पिछले सालों का 3, 4, 5, 6 सालों का रिजल्ट कंपेयर कर लो एंथ्रो के साथ, फिर डिसाइड कर लो। वैसे एक चीज बताऊं, सारे हिंदुस्तानी आधे साइकोलॉजिस्ट होते हैं आधे फिलोसफर होते हैं, पर इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि तुम साइकोलॉजी या फिलोसफी सब्जेक्ट ले लो। प्रीवियस ईयर रिजल्ट देख के पता लग जाएगा। ठीक है, अभी अंतिम बार बात करेंगे, फिर बाद में मिले। मैं यहीं बात कर सकता हूँ, कहीं नहीं भाग रहा। ठीक है ना, यू हैव माय फोन नंबर फ्रॉम अंतिम सर, यू कैन टॉक इफ यू वांट, यू कैन टॉक टू मी से
1 मिनट।
Okay, sir.
बोलो।
सर कह रहे हैं कि मैं मतलब ग्रेजुएशन कर रहा हूँ, लास्ट ईयर में हूँ, मेरे को क्या करना चाहिए?
ग्रेजुएशन में क्या सब्जेक्ट है?
सर हिस्ट्री ऑनर्स।
और हिस्ट्री तुम्हें आती नहीं होगी, है ना? मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ यार, तुम बात कर लेना, जब भी बात करनी हो 7-8 बजे रात में कर सकते हो। एक चीज ध्यान में रखना, whenever somebody calls I always respond, but I may not respond immediately because I may be engaged somewhere. But whenever a call is there and I miss, I always call back.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है? Better thing
Okay,
would be
sir.
that you WhatsApp to me and I call. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
चलो। तो
Thank
अंकित
you,
सर
sir.
हैं और उसके बाद चना मैम हैं जो आपको इम्पोर्टेंस बताएंगी सोशल इश्यूज के बारे में।
Thank you, sir, for having a wonderful session.
God bless you all.
Pranam sir, thank you.
अंतिम से चाह रहे हैं मैं किसी सवाल का जवाब दूं पर मेरे को सवाल ही समझ नहीं आया।
बच्चे कई साल से तैयारी कर रहे हैं और खासकर आजकल जो चलन आ गया फाउंडेशन कोर्स, एडवांस कोर्स और ये कोर्स, ऐसे में जो है खुद को अपडेट कर पाना, हाउ इट शुड बी।
अच्छा, एक चीज तो ध्यान रखो, अगर आप लोगों को एनसीईआरटी के लिए भी कोचिंग चाहिए और न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग के लिए भी कोचिंग चाहिए तो बेहतर है छोड़ दो सिविल सर्विसेज को। या फिर भगवान पे छोड़ दो सब कुछ। मैं हमेशा बच्चों से कहता हूं, इफ यू वांट टू गो टू हेवन यू विल हैव टू डाई योरसेल्फ। अगर स्वर्ग जाना है तो मरना तो खुद ही पड़ेगा भाई, ऐसा कभी नहीं हो सकता कि मैं मरूं और तुम स्वर्ग चले जाओ। सीधी सी बात है, मेहनत करनी है, पढ़ना है, समझना है, लिखना है, फाइनल हो जाए तो याद करना है। इतनी छोटी सी बात है बस। सक्सेस तो पीछे पीछे दौड़ेगी भाई। ठीक है, क्वेश्चन को प्रॉपरली इंट्रोड्यूस करना और डायग्रामेटिकली जहां मौका मिलता है वहां रिप्रेजेंट करना और क्वेश्चन की स्टेटमेंट को आखिर में जस्टिफाई करना या रिजेक्ट करना, ये सारी चीजें प्रैक्टिस के साथ ही आती हैं। ठीक है, तो
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, before I go into the formal details, thank you for coming to the seminar. There is one question on YouTube comments I was reading, and they are asking how to choose coaching. For that, you will need some analysis on your part. Firstly, you will have to read the static sources, at least the basics. Then you will go through PYQs and you will then only understand how much you can grasp on your own. Okay. And after that only, and interacting with your peers who have completed the coaching, then you will be able to finalize what are your pinpoints that you need to be addressed during your coaching. Once you are decided with those pinpoints, then you can always reach the coaching issue, hopefully meet the faculty, because majorly nahi ho pata, and then you check with them whether these things will be addressed or not, and obviously double check with the peer group. So इस तरह से आप coaching को select करते हैं. That's the right way to opt for it. Anyway, the official details for the batch. The batch is starting February 17th. The timing for that is 9 to 11:30 in the morning. And the schedule will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The planned duration is 4.5 months. But from the looks, people have some further requests usually. So we may go 1 week extra. The batch timing again I've told you, duration I've told you. Okay? This is because nowadays there is a trend, basic course, fundamental course, advanced course. So this is a complete, comprehensive, integrated course with test series and answer writing. So in terms of Anthro, all your needs will be catered to by us. Okay? be it individual mentoring, doubt resolution, answer evaluation, test series, test evaluation, even interview guidance as well. Okay. So we proudly say that when you join us, we are there with you till you qualify. And when we say that, we do mean it. We still have people who are joined us in 2019, 2020, and they are still with us, appearing for test series, even using the library facility as well. Okay. So this is that. For online people, the classes will be conducted through our app that is there for iOS and Android, and mobile and tablet devices. Okay. The classes will be live and interactive. The same way we are having the seminar. I hope you got a gist of how the classes are conducted. Then you will, for answer evaluation, we have a three-tier mechanism. Hmm. First, we divide you guys into groups, small groups, 5 to 6 people, not usually that 6 to 8 is the maximum size. And you review the questions among yourself. Then you are, each group is assigned a mentor and you show the answers to that particular mentor. After the mentor is contended that the answer has some basic maturity, then the answer reaches that, sir. So through this three-step mechanism, you get to retain the answers also. Okay. I'll just brief you how a day in the coaching is like. You will always be knowing the subject, the topic that is to be covered in advance. Because the subject is new, you have to study and come. Okay. Then the class always starts with any doubt. If you have any doubt, you are supposed to, like sir say, text him 15-20 minutes before the class or me, and accordingly we'll moderate the lecture depending on your doubts. If the doubts are out of the ordinary, we'll first address them, or if they are to be addressed during the course of the lecture, so we go. In the beginning of every section, we'll be giving you a list of questions for which the answers you will be preparing. As the topic gets covered in class, you will prepare the answer for that, discuss internally with the group, show to mentor, and then finally start. That is the way we'll be following. Okay. Throughout this approach, we'll be able to cover 275 or so odd questions during our classes. Students are telling we have reached 300, but I prefer to say 275 plus only. Anyway, through this rigorous answer writing practice, you will be able to have model answers prepared. Questions with minor tweaking can be replicated in your UPSC mains examination. Okay. Along with that, you will be having a test series that is total of 16 tests, 12 sectional and 4 comprehensive tests that will also be included. Often online students ask, how will we get our test evaluated? So basic, you will click the photograph, make a PDF of your answer and you will send it. And next, the review will be same as your Zoom or any video call format. Okay. So this is the basic detail of the course. The admissions we are starting from right now as the seminar concludes. The admissions, let's say, will start at 5 o'clock and you can start registering for yourself. Okay. Rather, sir, 27th bola tha na? 27th ही तो है. Okay, so that admissions are starting from today 5 o'clock. ठीक है. 30th बोला था. My bad, sorry. The admissions are starting from 30th of January, 8 a.m. So on the website, you can simply go and register yourself. For online people, the entire process can be completed on the website itself. For offline, either you can register and walk in or directly walk in also. ठीक है. ये तो बेसिक डिटेल थी और वेबसाइट पे भी अवेलेबल है. Now tell me, what are your queries related to me? Anything?
So could you tell the fee structure for the
For
Anthro?
online, it is 40,000 plus 18% GST. For offline, it is 50,000 plus 18% GST. Okay. And this will include all the support till you qualify. So you have the option to repeat test series, you have the option to repeat answer writing, even the batch if you feel like. most often people have a gap with their interaction with biology for say 5 or 6 odd years. So often people are interested in attending physical classes again, physical anthropology classes again. So you can do all that. Okay. Anything else you would like to ask, please?
सर
बैठे बैठे ही चलो.
तो कोचिंग ज्वाइन करने से पहले बेसिक बुक्स मतलब कौन कौन सी
Okay,
पढ़नी
thank you
है?
for reminding.
ठीक है।
There are 2 books that you need to go through. First is Introduction to Anthropology by Ember and Ember. Ember and Ember. Okay. This book, 15th edition is available in the market, and I'll recommend you guys to casually go through this book before you start anything related to anthropology. Okay.
Sure, sir.
This will help you get acquainted to the subject so that you go when you are studying anything, you don't feel like, "Yaar, ye kya hai? What is this alien thing?" Okay. It will help you basically familiarize. And then second is Vaids book, In Search of Ourselves. Okay. For that book, you have to skip first 3 chapters for now. Okay. Let me rewrite the name only. In Search of Ourselves, Socio-Cultural Anthropology. Okay. For this book, there are total 9 chapters, but you have to skip first 3 chapters for now, and you have to focus on the remaining 6, chapter 4 to chapter 9. And this book you have to read thoroughly. When I say thoroughly, you should be able to make notes of whatever doubts you have. There are 2 to 3 definitions that are there. You should be able to recall them, at least a few examples. This is minimum that is expected from you before you join. Okay. Other than that, if you still think that you have enough time, I'll suggest you read one book on tribal India, be it Nadeem Hassan or LP Vidyarthi or anything. Because most of us, we don't have any
Sure.
interaction with tribal
So
population.
please repeat the last one.
It's any book on tribal India. You have one by Nadeem Hassan, another one is by LP Vidyarthi, late Professor LP Vidyarthi. So anyone you can. The one by Nadeem Hassan is called Tribal India itself, and the one by Professor Vidyarthi, it's called Tribal Cultures of India. Anyone you can take. Basically, it is to acquaint you with the tribal situation, because most of us have not have any interaction with the tribal population, so we should get to understand about them. But the last one is only for those who are very fast readers, considering what we have 20 odd days for batch to start. I think the first 2 books will be sufficient. Okay. Anything else?
So would you say that if we make our base, by reading first the books you have said and then with the class and then maybe simultaneously going with them, so that is like holistic and thorough in the sense of it covers everything, right? That's what I was trying to ask.
Yes, it will.
Scope wise.
Scope wise also, other than the idea is when you read something and come to the class, you'll have a better clarity. And when the subject is new, you need to have more attention.
Correct,
So
sir. I have no
this
background
way,
in
if you
that.
progress, you will have better retention, better understanding. Okay.
Right, sir.
और बताइए.
And sir, also, will the class material you'll be providing be in a question answer format, like the 275 questions you mentioned? Or all of them will be like, you will give us the question we have to write and submit?
We will give you the questions and the topic will be discussed. The approach will be discussed. With ऐसा है, this is the course you will yourself find by the end of the 5-month period you have changed. In the very first lecture, Vaid sir will be literally dictating you the first question. Okay? As you progress down the course, the dictation will reduce. Okay? And slowly the hand holding will stop and you will start running on your own. So that is the basic idea. ठीक है?
Understood.
So the approach obviously is discussed every time. Will that be all? हाँ जी. It will be couriered to you. Also, some online people often have the query that when the classes are live and we have some issue, how will we rewatch? So for that, on Sunday, we have replay of the 3 classes of the week with adequate breaks. Same way you have replay of a cricket match, that way only. Okay? And we recommend all students rather to attend that replay because obviously attending one class twice will help you, gain your attention. Okay? So, couple of things. There are when you are writing your answers and you wish that you should get to score more. First is you should always have the reference. Okay? Not just the name. If the book is also available, the publication is also available, better. Second, not the diagrams that you make in GS, but the proper anthropological diagrams. Okay? In GS, you have a habit of drawing those mind maps, flowchart kind of things. They are not appreciated these days. Okay? Because since Anthro has gained a lot of traction in public eyes, I will say. Earlier it was also there, but limelight mein aa gaya, top 10 mein often people are there back to back. So certain things are to be discouraged for the so-called normalization. So this is something that is discouraged. So prefer the anthropological diagrams. Then always you need to support an example with, answer with an example. Okay? So that is what we fondly call in anthropology as case study. And lastly, analysis has definitely got to be there, whether be it a 10 marker or a 15 marker. No? People say that it is when it is say explain or discuss or elucidate, you are not supposed to analyze. No, sorry. When you are striving to be IAS officer, the government is interested in your analysis. For factual knowledge, they have other services as well. When you are IAS, you have a lot of resources, a lot of people under you who can quickly help you with the fact. It's the analysis that is there. So I suggest that analysis should always be present in your answer. Okay? So these are a few things that will help you get edge over others. Basically, you need to have edge of 1.5 marks in every question. Okay? If you have that, how much edge you will have in one paper? 20 to 30. In the 2 papers, 50 to 60. Huge gap. जैसे शुभम का भी वीडियो में भी दिख रहा था, he had 36 marks higher than rank 2 in Anthro. She had 284 and he got 320. So that difference. So वो एक 2 marks की leverage, that is what you need to look for, and you will get that also easily. Okay. Again, I like to announce the launch of this book. I hope that it will be available in your nearest book places soon. ORN, it will be available by tomorrow. And hopefully by end of this week across the country also. Okay. And second is we are also announcing a new course for the state services, particularly for state services. They will have a similar structure to our classroom course. The only difference will be the continuous support that UPSC aspirants get will not be there. The support will be limited to 8 months period. Okay. So particularly we have in Maharashtra, Anthropology is being launched for Maharashtra PCS. So for our friends in Maharashtra, I'll request Amit to come up and just sum up the program in our native Marathi.
Sometimes we have the different advances are coming in anthropology also, which comes in newspaper. How can we figure out that things and
If you are joining the coaching, then it will be our job. ठीक है. देखो, that's what I'm telling you. So you will keep on receiving all those updates. Still, if you are interested in finding it out on your own, we'll talk offline because it's a longer discussion. मतलब, I cannot tell you in 10-15 minutes. If I have to, then I'll say you restrict it to certain particular domains. Okay, like development activity in Jarwa tribe of Andaman. One person has been included in a voter list. That is a sign of development as well as discrimination. एक बंदे का वोट क्या ही करेगा, ठीक है? So such things will keep on coming. The more you gain the understanding of the subject, the more you will be able to find. ठीक है? जैसे again I'll take an example of aging, let us say. ठीक है? So we have there is a tribe that is located in Africa where because of inbreeding they are showing lesser signs of aging. ठीक है? So if you are asked any question on aging, you can quote that in your answer. Again, simply 1 मार्क्स बढ़ जाता है यार. जहाँ एग्जामिनर को नजर आता है कि बच्चे को सिर्फ टॉपिक समझ नहीं आता, उसकी करंट रेलेवेंस भी he or she is able to engage with. Directly 1 mark jump होता है. Okay, SG is asking, I'm from Maharashtra but preparing anthropology for UPSC. Will simultaneously आगे बढ़ाओ. Cover it for state exam also. Yes, the course that they have released is pretty much the same. Only the marking scheme that they have put in is a little different. We have in UPSC, you have the traditional marking scheme of 20 plus 15 plus 15. But in the marking scheme given by Maharashtra, it's 20 plus 20 plus 10. The rest is the pretty much same. Okay. Amit, please. Hello. Hello.
सो मराठीमध्ये आपल्या जी आपली राज्यसेवा आहे ना, त्याच्या परीक्षेच्या बदललेल्या अभ्यासक्रमानुसार सर आता आपण ऑनलाईन मोड लॉन्च करतोय. त्यामध्ये इंग्लिश मीडियम असेल आपलं कोर्सचं जे चालेल तो. त्यामध्ये सांगायचं झालं तर सर अँथ्रोपॉलॉजी वैद सर आहेत ते अँथ्रोपॉलॉजीच्या 5 दशकापासून अँथ्रोपॉलॉजीच्या रिलेटेड आहेत आणि सरांचा एक्सपिरियन्स आहे 4 दशकांपेक्षा जास्त आहे रिलेटेड टू अँथ्रोपॉलॉजी. त्यामध्ये आता जी बॅच लॉन्च होतीये त्याचं 30 तारखेपासून 30 जानेवारीपासून त्याचं ते ऍडमिशन प्रोसेस चालू होईल आणि 17 फेब्रुवारीला त्याचे क्लासेस चालू होतील. तर त्यामध्ये सांगायचं झालं तर त्यामध्ये आपण कोर्समध्ये काय काय असणार आणि ऑप्शनल म्हणजे अँथ्रोपॉलॉजी का सिलेक्ट करायचा, तर त्यामध्ये काय काय गोष्टी आहेत. तर त्याच्यामध्ये म्हणायला गेलं तर आपलं मार्किंग सिस्टीम, कारण की अँथ्रोपॉलॉजीमध्ये असं असतं की 300+ मार्क्स येतात स्टुडंटला बऱ्यापैकी. ओके, तर त्याचं गायडन्स म्हणजे इझिली अवेलेबल आहे. अँथ्रोपॉलॉजीचं इव्हॅल्युएशन त्याचं आपण सोयीस्कर करू शकतो. तर ते स्टडी मटेरियल अवेलेबल आहे मार्केटमध्ये बऱ्यापैकी. आणि अजून सांगायचं झालं तर आपण कोर्समध्ये काय काय देणार आहे, तर कोर्समध्ये असेल आपले क्लासेस असतील, क्लासेसमध्ये नंतर टेस्ट असतील, नंतर 1 to 1 म्हणजे जे आपले तुम्हाला मेंटॉर आहेत किंवा वेद सर आहेत त्यांच्याशी तुमचं डिस्कशन होत राहील. आणि अजून गोष्टी सांगायचं झालं तर आता आपण अँथ्रोपॉलॉजी क्लासेस हे कोचिंग चूज करताना काय काय बघितलं पाहिजे, तर त्या चूज करताना पहिला तर आपण रिझल्ट बघितला पाहिजे. तर त्या रिझल्टमध्ये फर्स्टली मी तुम्हाला रिझल्ट सांगतो. 2016ला जफर इक्बाल ऑल इंडिया रँक 39 आलता त्याचा. नंतर 2017ला सचिन गुप्ता ऑल इंडिया रँक 3 आलता. 2018 अक्षत जैन ऑल इंडिया रँक 2 आणि श्रेयांश कुमार सर ऑल इंडिया रँक 4. परत वर्णित नेगी 13 ऑल इंडिया रँक 13. आणि 2020 मध्ये शुभम कुमार सरांचा ऑल इंडिया रँक 1 आलता. 2023 मध्ये डी अनन्या रेड्डी ऑल इंडिया रँक 3. म्हणजे आपलं परंपरागत म्हणायला गेलं तर आपला रिझल्ट चांगला आला युपीएससी मध्ये. तो सरांचं विजन आहे की अँथ्रोपॉलॉजी हा सब्जेक्ट खूप चांगला आहे आणि खूप चांगल्या प्रकारे मार्क्स येतात. तर सरांनी आता तो ऑनलाईन मोडमध्ये इंग्लिश मीडियमसाठी आपण महाराष्ट्रामध्ये लॉन्च करतोय. तो स्टुडंटला सोयीस्कर पण जाईल, मार्क्स 300+ गेन करायला. ह्याच्यामध्ये असं आहे की युपीएससी साठी आहे ऑलरेडी, ऑफलाईन या ऑनलाईन दिल्लीमध्ये अवेलेबल आहे, आणि ऑनलाईन सर्वत्र म्हणजे कुठेही ऍज इंडियामध्ये कुठेही राहत असेल तर तुम्ही ते अवेल करू शकता. दुसरी गोष्ट आहे की एमपीएससी साठी स्पेसिफिक राज्यसेवेसाठी 8 मंथचं सबस्क्रिप्शन राहणार आहे. त्यामध्ये आपण टाइम लिमिटेड ठेवलेला आहे. पण अजून एक त्याच्यामध्ये सरांनी हे केलंय की ऑप्शन अवेलेबल केलाय की तुम्हाला टिल सक्सेस पर्यंत सुद्धा असेल, आणि एमपीएससी युपीएससी दोन्ही म्हणजे सिलेबस तर बऱ्यापैकी सगळा सेम आहे, त्याची मार्किंग सिस्टीम थोडी मे बी डिफरंट आहे, पण स्टुडंट मॅनेज करू शकतात, ते मॅनेज होतं. फक्त मार्किंग सिस्टीम डिफरंट आहे, सिलेबस सेम आहे, सेम सगळं स्ट्रक्चर आहे. तोही तुम्हाला कोर्समध्ये ऑप्शन अवेलेबल केलाय. वेबसाईटला जावा, तुम्ही वेबसाईटला भेट द्या. तिथं तुम्हाला सर्व क्लासेसचं कसं असणार आहे, काय असणार आहे, ते सगळं तो अवेलेबल आहे. आणि युट्यूबला वेद्स आयसीएस दिल्ली हा युट्यूब चॅनल आहे, तिथं तुम्ही भेट द्या. टेलिग्रामला आहे, वेद्स आयसीएस ऑफिशियल आहे चॅनल, टेलिग्रामला आहे, इंस्टाग्रामलाही आहे. तर तुम्हाला सर्व क्लासेस जे लॉन्च होत आहेत त्याची तुम्हाला माहिती भेटेल. आणि सांगायचं झालं तर कोर्समध्ये एक डेली क्लासेस, टेस्ट आणि सरांचं डिस्कशन वगैरे राहील. आणि ओके, थँक्यू सर.
Thank you, Amit. A couple of things that were being asked. First is about the test. देखो, the test, particularly we call it the evaluation mechanism. So after every 2 weeks in the class, we'll have a test. Other than that, we have a test series I told you with 16 tests that is scheduled in November. The ideal schedule, तुम्हारा mains हो चुका होगा. Like I'll assume you are targeting 26, so 25 wala mains will be done, and accordingly the test series will be designed for that. Okay. Then you will have post your prelims. Again, we have a program that is again included in the course. With that, we'll immediately have one comprehensive test for one each paper, and post that we have excuse me, 15 to 18 mentoring plus time-bound answer writing sessions, where any doubts, any value add you need, we'll deal with it. Plus, how you can address the question in exam situation, that is again itself a challenge. Say, for example, you will be given a 20 marker and you are supposed to write it in 20 minutes. Okay? Then we will discuss what all you have written, what anything if you have missed, how we will be able to reduce this 20-minute period into 14 minutes. Okay? And that is the basic idea for you to ultimately crack the exam. Plus, post your mains qualification, again, we have dedicated interview sessions as well. So all that is included in the course. You were asking something? Other than the printed notes, the dictation will always be there in the class. Okay? Depending on the requirement of the topic, we will have dictation, discussion, everything. Lecture, discussion, dictation, everything will be there. So I'll share my number with you guys. Okay, and this is my number. Anything, any query you have related to UPSC, you can directly call me. Even for reaching out to sir, just call me up and I'll connect with you. Okay. We also have another proposition for GS, social issues and governance. And quickly, Megha ma'am will take 10 minutes to explain it to you.
एक मिनट। Hello students. So as you know here that in addition to Anthro, we are also teaching GS. The part of GS means that overlaps with anthropology. ठीक है? So आपके GS1 and GS2 में there is 200 marks. That is almost as much as a optional. एक optional आपको पता है 250 marks का होता है. तो GS का 200 marks approximately overlaps with social anthropology, which is the sociology part of GS. ठीक है? मैं अगर आपको marks का breakdown बताऊं तो you know that GS is 1000 marks, है ना, total. Anthro is 500 marks, optional. GS is 1000 marks, right? 1000 marks में आपके 4 पेपर्स होते हैं 250 मार्क्स के. तो सबसे ज्यादा जो वेटेज जीएस में होता है वो फिलोसफी को दिया जाता है, विच इज द एथिक्स पेपर. दैट वी आर नॉट कवरिंग हियर. बट आफ्टर फिलोसफी, आफ्टर एथिक्स, we have the next amount of weightage that is given 200 marks in GS is to sociology. और sociology में कैसे, GS1 में आपका इंडियन सोसाइटी आता है, ठीक है, एंड GS2 में आपका सोशल जस्टिस एंड गवर्नेंस आता है. So this in red part I have highlighted, this is 200 marks in total. Okay. So what happens in GS is कि students have the impression कि हम लोग बस history geography कर लें, GS हो जाएगा हमारा. Now that is a misconception. जब आप मार्क्स का ब्रेकडाउन देखोगे तो आप देखोगे कि हिस्ट्री सिर्फ GS1 में आती है 75 मार्क्स की और GS1 में ज्योग्राफी आती है 75 मार्क्स की. You look at the last previous year's questions. You will find that history and geography only have a weightage of 75 marks each. Not much. Prelims के लिए history geography important है, mains के लिए इतनी important नहीं है. So don't waste a lot of time on history geography. Okay, focus on other subjects. So as Vaid sir said, that in addition to anthropology, we will cover the GS part of anthropology with anthropology here. Okay. So if you join Anthro here, you should join the GS Anthro also. ठीक है, ताकि आपका एक ही साथ दोनों कवर हो जाए. आपका ज्यादा फिर ये नहीं कि एंथ्रो खत्म किया फिर 3-4 महीने बाद फिर आप जीएस में सोशियोलॉजी पढ़ने में लगा रहे हो. एज वैद सर सेड, सोशियोलॉजी में राइटिंग स्किल्स ज्यादा चाहिए होते हैं. सोशियोलॉजी का सिलेबस काफी वास्ट होता है. ठीक है, सो इफ यू डू इट इन अ कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव कंडेंस्ड वे विद एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, इट इज मच इजियर टू कवर. एंड सोशल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी एंड सोशियोलॉजी में काफी ज्यादा ओवरलैप होता है. ठीक है, तो नाउ यू सी दैट दो तरह के क्वेश्चंस आपके मेंस में आते हैं. एक तो आपके फैक्ट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आते हैं जो आपके प्रीलिम्स में भी आते हैं. ठीक है, और दूसरा आपके आते हैं क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग क्वेश्चंस जिसमें कि आपको सोचना पड़ता है. अब जो फैक्ट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस हैं, जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स ने प्रीलिम्स क्लियर कर लिए हैं वो ये कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि फैक्ट बेस्ड मतलब मेमोराइज वाले क्वेश्चंस. वो तो जिन्होंने जो 16,000-15,000 प्रीलिम्स में आ जाते हैं, दे हैव गुड मेमोरी. बट इन मेंस योर सिलेक्शन इज नॉट बेस्ड ऑन योर मेमोरी, इट इज बेस्ड ऑन योर क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग, कि आपका एनालिसिस क्या है, आप ऑन द स्पॉट क्या सोच के क्या आंसर लिख पाते हो. ओके, फॉर दैट यू नीड टू हैव द थ्योरीज, द टूल्स एंड द कॉन्सेप्ट्स. ठीक है, वो आपके बहुत क्लियर होने चाहिए. थिंकर्स आपके बहुत क्लियर होने चाहिए. थ्योरेटिकली यू नीड टू बी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. ओके, सो देन वी कम टू सम एग्जांपल्स. जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल दीज आर द फैक्ट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस. एक क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं नीचे वाला, एक्सप्लेन मेंटल प्लूम एंड इट्स रोल इन प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स. नाउ दिस इज अ वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. जिसने भी प्रीलिम्स के लिए ज्योग्राफी पढ़ रखी है, इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी के आप आंसर कर पाएंगे. बट जो स्टूडेंट्स नहीं आंसर कर पाते, एंड दैट इज व्हाट द यू नो डिफरेंस बिटवीन द, जैसे सर कह रहे थे शुभम जैसे, जो मतलब टॉपर्स भी छोड़ो, सक्सेसफुल कैंडिडेट्स भी, टॉप 800 में आना मतलब आप टॉपर ही हो, समझ लो. मतलब यूपीएससी क्लियर ही करना इज लाइक यू आर अ टॉपर, राइट. तो टॉप 800 में आप कैसे आओगे? प्रीलिम्स तो आपने कर लिए क्लियर. You have to focus on the critical thinking questions, and these are the kind of questions that will come in your social justice, governance and Indian society type. जैसे कि आपके एंथ्रो में आते हैं क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग, खासकर सोशल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी में, जो सेकंड पेपर है एंथ्रो का. ठीक है, so you have now when you see the Indian society last 5 years 10 years के क्वेश्चन पेपर्स तो आप देखोगे GS1 के, उसमें देखना इंडियन सोसाइटी के जितने क्वेश्चंस हैं. these slides I will give you. Whoever wants them can, take them from Santosh ji, or I'll request him to, sir, जितने registered participants से slides को भेज देंगे ना उनको, ये वाली. So you can get them from him, or you can just WhatsApp me and I'll send them to you. Don't worry, once you WhatsApp me, nobody else will contact you. It's my personal number, okay? It's not some marketing number or something. So you will see that last के मैंने आपके क्वेश्चन पेपर भी शेयर किए हुए हैं. अभी जो बच्चे ऑफलाइन बैठे हुए हैं, I've given them the question papers. इंडियन सोसाइटी के जितने क्वेश्चंस हैं इन्हीं 4 चीजों से आते हैं: सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशन, सोशल प्रोसेसेस, सोशल ग्रुप्स एंड सोशल थ्योरी. सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस जैसे कि आप एंथ्रो में भी पढ़ोगे, family, marriage, caste, sex, religion, nation, etc. Social processes like globalization, urbanization, poverty, pluralism, etc. Social groups like, कौन से हो गए आपके social groups? Women हो गया social group, Dalit हो गए social group, elderly, children, poor, and tribes, etc. ठीक है? And then you have the social theories like communalism, secularism, Marxism, etc. इनके भी questions आते हैं, ठीक है? So this is the part which I am teaching. Now you see the difference in questions. Geography, history के काफी straightforward questions होते हैं, but जब हम यहाँ आते हैं तो questions काफी टेढ़े मेढ़े और काफी ज्यादा interlinkages वाले हो जाते हैं. Where different modules, like I teach 14 modules over 2 months, ठीक है? और अलग अलग modules को link करके questions दिए जाते हैं. कभी भी straightforward question नहीं आता. So debate the issue of whether and how contemporary movements for the assertion of Dalit identity work towards annihilation of caste. इसमें कितने सारे आपको कॉन्सेप्ट्स पूछ लिए गए हैं. आपको सोशल स्ट्रेटा दलित के बारे में पूछ लिया गया है, कास्ट के बारे में पूछ लिया गया है, सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, और ये सारा एंथ्रो से ओवरलैप करता है इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस, राइट? सो योर सोशल थ्योरी हैज टू बी वेरी स्ट्रांग. नाउ वी जस्ट टेक ब्रीफली इन 2 minutes अ क्वेश्चन व्हिच हैज कम इन 2024, यानी कि अभी जो एग्जाम्स गए हैं उसका ये क्वेश्चन है that poverty and malnourishment, they create a vicious cycle, adversely affecting human capital formation. What steps can be taken to break this cycle? अब ये एक सैम्पल क्वेश्चन मैं आपको बताती हूँ कैसे इसको सॉल्व करना है. यू हैव टू गिव अ स्ट्रॉन्ग इंट्रोडक्शन जिसमें कि आप कीवर्ड्स को डिफाइन कर रहे हो. तो आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि व्हाट इज ह्यूमन कैपिटल, सबसे पहले तो, है ना? उसकी डेफिनेशन आपको आनी चाहिए. अगर डेफिनेशन नहीं आएगी तो आप ये क्वेश्चन नहीं कर पाओगे, राइट? So what is human capital? Human capital is the knowledge, skills and productive abilities of a person. यानी कि शिक्षा, कौशल और क्षमता को मिला के, इन चीजों को मिला के जो आप बनते हो, वो आपकी पूंजी होती है, मानवीय पूंजी, राइट? बट एट द सेम टाइम अगर इस पूंजी को लेके आप घर पे बैठ जाओगे तो इसका कोई फायदा नहीं है. आपको यू हैव टू वर्क फॉर एम्प्लॉयमेंट और यू हैव टू स्टार्ट अ बिजनेस. यू हैव टू अर्न सम मनी आउट ऑफ इट, आउट ऑफ योर नॉलेज, स्किल्स एंड एबिलिटीज. Right? So that is your human capital with which you can earn money. Okay? Now, question पूछ रहा है कि poverty से क्या होता है, human capital पे क्या असर होता है? वो vicious cycle, एक cycle create कर देता है poverty कि अगर आप poor हो तो ना आप ज्यादा शिक्षा प्राप्त कर सकते हो, ना आप ज्यादा क्षमताएं, अपने skills develop कर सकते हो, है ना? और ना ही आप ज्यादा अपना कौशल डेवलप कर सकते हो. यहाँ तक कि कोचिंग लेने के लिए भी अगर आप फाइनेंशियली सक्षम नहीं हो तो शायद आप कोचिंग भी ना ले पाओ यूपीएससी की. तो आप बहुत अच्छे हो, आप इंटेलिजेंट हो, बट आप कोचिंग नहीं ले पा रहे आर्थिक अभाव के चलते, राइट? सो पॉवर्टी अफेक्ट हाउ मच स्किल एंड नॉलेज यू कैन गेन, राइट? वहीं पे आपकी रोक लग जाती है पॉवर्टी की वजह से. इट ऑल्सो क्रिएट्स मैलनरिशमेंट, ठीक है? इट क्रिएट्स हंगर, इट क्रिएट्स हेल्थ केयर में प्रॉब्लम्स, राइट? सो वी फाइंड दैट नीति आयोग का जो मल्टी डायमेंशनल पॉवर्टी इंडेक्स है वो ये कहता है कि पॉवर्टी सिर्फ इनकम बेस्ड नहीं होती. इनकम बेस्ड तो खैर इंडिया में कभी भी नहीं थी. इट इज बेस्ड ऑन योर एजुकेशन, हेल्थ एंड क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ इंडाइसेस. ओके? सो पॉवर्टी इज अ, जिसे कहते हैं ना, बहुआयामी जो क्राइटेरिया होता है, बहुआयामी गरीबी सूचक पॉवर्टी का, ठीक है? ये देख लो, ये होती है पॉवर्टी की डेफिनेशन. इट इज नॉट इनकम. ओके? सो व्हाट डू वी से? वी से दैट इंडिया में इतनी ज्यादा, वी आर द 5th लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, ठीक है? फिर भी हमारे देश में पॉवर्टी बहुत ज्यादा है. क्यों ज्यादा है? बिकॉज व्हेन यू सी द ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स वी फाइंड दैट 13.7% ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन इज अंडर नरिश्ड. पर्याप्त भोजन नहीं मिल रहा. चाइल्ड स्टंटिंग 35.5% चिल्ड्रन आर स्टंटेड. चाइल्ड वेस्टिंग 18.7% चिल्ड्रन आर वेस्टेड, यानी कि दे हैव लो बॉडी वेट. एंड 2.9% of children die before attaining their first birthday. So and India ranks number 1 in child wasting, that is low body weight of children. तो इतनी बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था होने का फायदा क्या हुआ when we cannot translate it into advantages for our population, जब हमारा human capital development इन सब challenges के चलते हुए बहुत poor है. So as UPSC aspirants फिर आपसे हमेशा ये पूछा जाएगा कि आप क्या सुझाव दोगे, इससे कैसे improve करें हम, ठीक है? So in conclusion you will write something like this, that we will have, we can have the midday meal scheme, integrated maternal and child development programs, मास इम्यूनाइजेशन, राइट टू एजुकेशन एक्ट, और ये सब सारे डिटेल हम सोशल जस्टिस के टॉपिक्स में पढ़ेंगे. सो दोज ऑफ यू हु विश टू जॉइन द इंडियन सोसाइटी सोशल जस्टिस एंड गवर्नेंस क्लासेस कैन ऑलवेज व्हाट्सएप मी. दिस इज माय डायरेक्ट व्हाट्सएप नंबर, ठीक है? ये मेरा अपना नंबर है 9718050545 एंड यू कैन जस्ट टेक दी स्लाइड्स फ्रॉम मी, टेक डिटेल्स फ्रॉम मी, ठीक है? ये 9 है, ठीक है? My name is Dr. Megha. and I have a PhD from Faculty of Management Studies, Delhi University. Okay, and you can contact me directly, take the slides from me, or you can tell Antim sir that you want to join the course, or you can tell Santosh ji. So I would highly recommend that with anthropology, you join this course, and for a token amount, it is not much, that Antim sir will tell you. Okay, and so now we hand over to Antim sir to conclude the seminar.
See, how relevant is it to develop the terminology of the question, explain it? Megha ma'am very rightly pointed it out. And the last point, that every time you are criticizing, some suggestions has to be there. Majorly, you are told that you should not criticize at all. Many big names in the coaching will tell you should not criticize at all. But when you are criticizing, you should always have a way out. इसलिए they tell you not to do that. Yeah? Because criticizing is easy, suggesting measures to improve is tougher. That is why they suggested that you don't do it. Yeah? Perhaps maybe they are not even able to think, but I trust their judgment that they are able to, but unknowingly restricting your opinion. Anyway, so this brings us to the end of our session. Thank you for being here, everyone. And any query you have, you can always reach out to me. I shared my number with you. I'll put it on the screen one more time. You can always give me a call for any queries you have related to your UPSC preparation. All the best, everyone.